Right, let's talk about fighter jets. Usually, when you think of these things, you picture massive, expensive bits of kit from America or Russia. You know the ones, the F-35S and the Sukhois. They cost a fortune and need miles of perfect runway and probably require a team of wizards just to change a light bulb. But then, from the land of meatballs and flat-pack furniture, comes something a bit different. It's called the Saab Gripen, which means griffin in Swedish. And believe me, this thing is causing a right old stir. It's not the biggest, nor the most powerful on paper, but it's clever. In fact, it's so clever that some of the world's biggest military powers are starting to look over their shoulders, a bit nervously. So, what is this Gripen? Well, imagine a fighter jet designed with pure, simple logic. It's a single-engine, multi-role fighter. That means it can do pretty much everything you'd want a jet to do. It can fight other planes, it can bomb targets on the ground, and it can go on spying missions. The Swedes designed it during the Cold War with a very specific problem in mind. They looked at their massive neighbor, the Soviet Union, and thought, if they invade, all our lovely, pristine air bases will be the first things to get blown up. So they needed a jet that didn't need a fancy airbase, a jet that could land on a simple stretch of road. This is where the Gripen starts to show its genius. It was built to be tough, easy to maintain, and incredibly flexible. Think of it like a Land Rover Defender of the skies. It can operate from dispersed, damaged, or even temporary runways just 800 meters long. A small team of conscripts, not highly paid specialist engineers, can refuel and rearm it in about 10 minutes flat. That's less time than it takes to get through the queue at a coffee shop. This ability to pop up anywhere, get ready for a fight, and disappear again is what makes it so special. It's a guerrilla fighter in a world of heavyweight boxers, and that makes it very interesting indeed. The story of the Gripen began way back in the late 1970s. Sweden wanted to replace its aging fleet of Saab 35 Draken and 37 Viggen aircraft. They wanted to maintain their independence and not rely on buying jets from the Americans or the Soviets. So, Saab got to work. The first Gripen, the JAS 39A, took to the skies in 1988. Since then, it has been constantly upgraded. The latest version, the Gripen EF, is packed with some of the most advanced technology you can find. It has a state-of-the-art radar, a powerful engine, and a cockpit that looks like it's been nicked from a sci-fi film. It's a testament to smart design over brute force. Now let's get down to the brass tacks. How does this plucky Swede actually stack up against the big boys? Let's take the American F-35 Lightning II. The F-35 is a beast, a so-called fifth-generation stealth fighter. It's designed to be invisible to radar, packed with sensors, and costs an eye-watering amount of money. On paper, it looks like the F-35 would wipe the floor with the Gripen. But air combat isn't a game of top trumps. The Gripen has a few tricks up its sleeve. One of its biggest advantages is its incredibly powerful electronic warfare system. It's designed to blind and confuse enemy radars, turning a high-tech dogfight into a chaotic mess where the Gripen thrives. The Gripen's philosophy is see first, kill first, but it has a backup plan. While stealth jets like the F-35 try to avoid being seen at all, the Gripen focuses on situational awareness and jamming. It carries a ridiculously advanced radar called the Raven S05 AESA, which can track multiple targets from very far away. It can also share all this data with other Gripens in the air, creating a complete picture of the battlefield. So while one Gripen might be targeted, its mates know exactly where the threat is coming from. It's a bit like a pack of wolves hunting a big solitary bear. The bear is stronger, but the wolves are smarter and work together. Another key difference is the cost. And oh boy, what a difference it is. You could probably buy 2 or even 3 Gripen E fighters for the price of a single F-35. The running costs are even more shocking. The Gripen costs about $4,700 per hour to fly. The F-35? That'll be over $36,000 an hour, please. This means a country can afford to buy more Gripens, fly them more often, and train their pilots better. A pilot with 500 hours of flying time in a Gripen is probably going to be a lot more dangerous than a pilot with only 100 hours in a more advanced jet. It's a simple equation. More planes and better pilots often beat fewer planes with less experienced pilots. Then there's the dogfighting bit. Modern air combat is often about firing missiles from miles away. But if things get up close and personal, the Gripen is no slouch. It's small, agile, and has a high thrust-to-weight ratio, meaning it can turn and burn with the best of them. Its unique delta canard design, those little wings near the cockpit, gives it amazing maneuverability at both high and low speeds. So, while the big, heavy stealth fighters are designed to avoid a close-quarter scrap, the Gripen is more than happy to get stuck in. It's a proper all-rounder, prepared for any kind of fight. So, who is actually buying this thing? Well, the list of customers shows you exactly what the Gripen is all about. You've got Sweden, of course. But then you have countries like Brazil, South Africa, the Czech Republic, Hungary and Thailand. Notice a pattern? These aren't superpowers with bottomless defense budgets. They are countries that need a seriously capable air force without bankrupting themselves. They need a jet that gives them the most bang for their buck, or in this case, the most whoosh for their krona. For these nations, the Gripen is the perfect solution. It offers top-tier performance at a mid-range price. Brazil is a brilliant example. They ran a competition for years looking for a new fighter. The American F/A-18 Super Hornet and the French Rafale were in the running. In the end, they chose the Gripen. Why? It wasn't just the lower price. Saab offered Brazil a fantastic deal, including building a large part of the aircraft in Brazil itself. This is called technology transfer, and it's a huge deal. It means Brazil isn't just buying a jet, it's buying the knowledge to build and maintain its own advanced aerospace industry. For a developing power like Brazil, that's an incredibly attractive offer that the bigger players were less willing to put on the table. The reasons these countries love the Gripen go beyond just the price tag. Its low maintenance needs are a massive selling point. A country with a smaller economy might not have a huge pool of highly trained technicians. The Gripen's design, which allows for quick turnarounds by a small crew with basic training, is a game changer. It means the Air Force can maintain a higher state of readiness. The jets spend more time in the air and less time sitting in a hangar waiting for a specialist to fly in from another country. This operational independence is something that money can't always buy, and it's a core part of the Gripen's appeal. This is precisely why the superpowers are getting a bit sweaty. The Gripen makes it possible for smaller countries to have a really credible air defense. It levels the playing field. In the past, a smaller nation's air force might have been easily overwhelmed by a superpower's technological superiority. But an air force equipped with Gripens, flown by well-trained pilots and operated from hidden road bases, is a much tougher nut to crack. It presents a complicated and unpredictable threat. The Gripen is essentially democratizing air power, and the old guard, used to being the only ones with the best toys, don't like that one bit. So, what does the future hold? How could the Gripen change the way air battles are fought? Well, the trend is clear. The Gripen represents a shift away from the idea that bigger and more expensive is always better. It proves that smart, efficient, and adaptable design can be just as effective, if not more so. As military budgets around the world get tighter, and as the nature of conflict changes, the Gripen's philosophy is looking more and more like the future. It's not just a jet, it's a new way of thinking about air power, one that focuses on flexibility and cost-effectiveness. The Gripen E, the latest model, is designed to be future-proof. Its computer systems are built with what's called an open architecture. In simple terms, this means it's really easy to upgrade. Think of it like a PC. When a new graphics card comes out, you can just swap out the old one. The Gripen is the same. When a new sensor, weapon, or piece of software is developed, it can be integrated quickly and cheaply, without needing to redesign the whole aircraft. This is a huge advantage over jets like the F-35, where upgrades can be incredibly complex and expensive. The Gripen can stay at the cutting edge for decades to come. Looking ahead, the Gripen is perfectly positioned for the next evolution in air combat, teaming up with drones. The concept of a loyal wingman, an unmanned drone flying alongside a piloted jet, is becoming a reality. The Gripen, with its advanced data links and processing power, is an ideal platform to act as a command and control hub for these drones. A single Gripen pilot could potentially command a small swarm of armed drones, sending them into dangerous areas while staying at a safe distance. This combination of a highly capable manned fighter with expendable unmanned assets could completely rewrite the rules of aerial warfare. In conclusion, the Saab Gripen is much more than just another fighter jet. It's a brilliant piece of Swedish engineering that challenges the entire military-industrial complex. It proves that you don't need to be a superpower to have a powerful and effective air force. By being affordable, easy to maintain, and technologically advanced, it offers a credible alternative to the hugely expensive jets of the big players. It's the smart choice, the giant killer, the plucky underdog that can more than hold its own. And that is why, when they look at this clever jet from Sweden, the superpowers can't help but feel a little bit nervous. Hammond out.